Hey, good evening, everybody. Sammy Thunder here. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight's video is going to pick up where we left off with our top five cards under $100. And the special request for this one was from Ray from Philly. He asked me to put together an episode where I showcase five cards from the 1950s and that you can buy for under $100. The set that or not set, but the way that I evaluate it is their PSA 5s. I look at the vintagecardprices.com website to kind of see what they've been going for, and I'll just showcase them so that you know what's out there. So I'm going to start with the first one, and the first one is the 1957 Tops of Al Kaline. I really like this card. I don't think his 57 gets as much appreciation compared to his first 3 years, 54, 55, and 56. I think those cards kind of have a little bit more popularity than the 57. It kind of just seems like it drops off a little bit after the 56. But nevertheless, this is the Al Kaline 57. And if we go down a little bit, I'm going to show you that what the fives have been selling for. The average price is about 74 and change. It kind of gets a little cut off there. I couldn't show the full number, but it's 74.86. And you can kind of see based on auctions, one sold for 44.85. So I think I can click on the image and I can showcase that. It shows the back of the card first, which is kind of strange. Yeah, this one got a 5, but it's off center, so that's probably why it only collected about $45. But if we look at a $96 one, this is much better. You can just kind of tell immediately. It's not. I mean, obviously it's not perfect centering, but I mean it's much better than the first one. And so you can kind of. This is actually a good example because here you can get gives you a good idea of that. You can get a really pretty nicely centered K-line 57 for $100. I think that's pretty solid. Let's look at one more. I'm actually going to look at this one. This one's a little bit over 100, but it's 110. Just curious. And it's interesting that somebody paid 110 for this one, but looks like this was a buy it now, so I'm not going to bother going further. That was the best offer. But here's one for 86. Not bad. So, you can kind of get an idea. Give you an idea of what you can buy for a 57 K line. So pretty solid start. Tops 57 K line for just under $100. I'm gonna move on to the second card. I picked a card from each set. So obviously I picked from 5 sets total. 1 year per, one card per year. So I'm gonna show you the next one now. It's the 1956 Larry Doby, and I saw that this one, the average is it's about the same as the K line, $79.08. Doesn't show it, but I'm just letting you know. And so here's one from eBay for 66. Let's take a look at this one. Not the greatest picture. Pictures really matter. I mean, I think they make a huge difference in auctions. You want to have a really good, I mean, it's a decent looking card, but you want to have really good photos if you're going to do some auctioning on eBay. So better the photo. If the card is good and you have a better photo, then I think that's going to help you in your favor. Just my thought. Here's one that went for 103. It's a little bit above, but I think it's not too bad. Pretty nice looking. A much better photo than the other one. So you can kind of see, and maybe it's about the same condition. It's a little off center, left to right, but I'll look at the 85. This one was a buy it now. This one's much better. Pretty nice. Top to bottom's a little off, but again, you get a 5 for you pay $85 and you got yourself a PSA 5. So we'll look at one more. This one went for 79 back in January. Yeah, see, this is not the greatest photograph. It looks very foggy here. But the nice thing about this one is this one's a little better centering based on the other ones. But it's just a terrible photo, and they only went for $79. So Nevertheless, Larry Doby, 56. Average price, $79. So, pretty good card to have of a Hall of Famer, if you ask me. So, yeah, second card up. So we have Al Kaline, 57. Larry Doby, 56. I mean, we're talking about like a mid-grade card, respectable grade, respectable. I mean, for a value price, there's just certain players that just get that don't get the expected value. So I'm gonna move on to the third card. I really like this one. I've had this card twice, so I'm gonna bring it up here. It's the Monty Irvin 54. What a special card. This one is not the, what is it, the green or gray back? I forget what it's called. This one's not the special back to it. But if you look at this one's right at $100. So 98.60. You'll probably see some that go above and some go below, but average price about 100. So we're gonna look at the one for exactly $100 and take a look at that one. And pretty nice looking, all things considered there. I don't know if we can get, yeah, not the world's greatest photo on this one, but PSA 5, Monty Irvin. Let's look at another one, 86. This one's much better. This one's really nice. So for $86, you got yourself, yep, another nice looking Monty Irvin 54. There's the back. Pretty decent looking. Some soft corners, but that's to be expected. Look at the one for 77. Another, top to bottom is obviously off, but it's a really good, really nice presentable card, if you ask me. It's just my opinion. And it looks like left to right as well, as it shows here. But it's still a very nice card. So look at one more. This one went for 93 back in the summer of last year from PWCC. This one's a really nice looking photo of it. Yeah, you can always expect some good quality photos from PWCC when they're doing an auction. But pretty nice all around on that one. Yep. $93. PSA 5 for Monty Irvin 54. Can't go wrong with that. So, got two more to go. The next one is one of my favorite cards from the set, and I was kind of shocked that, I mean, this set is popular, and I think this card is very popular of his. And, like a lot of these guys, Kaline, Doby, Monty Irvin, I mean, outside of their rookie cards, the Kaline at 55 and 56 does well. I mean, Larry Doby's early cards do pretty well too. But as the years progress, it just doesn't command the evaluation you would think. So this player, I mean, arguably just phenomenal. Just look, I'm not even going to say anything more. He's just one of the best players to play the game, and it's Frank Robinson, 59 tops. I mean, it's one of my favorite cards of his. I think I think it's better than his 58. I don't know what it is, but nevertheless, this card averages at $56 for a PSA 5. That to me is amazing, given how popular this card is in this set. This set's very popular. So, I mean, I'll look at a $53 one first. Let's take a look. And, I mean, corners are rounded on this, but outside of that, there's print marks too, which I've seen from this card in the past. So, and also not the greatest photograph either. Let's look at one that went for 90. This is a buy it now, so it's much more presentable. I don't know what's going on up in the right corner there, but everything else looks pretty nice. Let's look at the back. Yeah, very clean. Very clean looking. For $90, respectable number. Let's look at the $59 one. This is Greg Moore's graded. Look at that. I don't really care too much about the print marks on the bottom there. I mean, everything else about it really just just a beautiful looking card. I mean, I hate to say the appeal on it is great because it's so cliche, but it is great. You can't deny that. Let's look at the back. for 59 bucks. You can get a Frank Robinson PSA 5 looking like that. I'll even look at one a little higher, 61.55, and this one's off center, so I'm going to skip that one. That was the best offer. But look at this, all these different prices, 42. This one's off center. That's why it went so low. I want to take a really, like a higher, let's look at the 84. This one's from PWCC, so they must have had, yeah, look at that. Man, that's a soft corner, but it's just so nice, so presentable. I'm telling you, man, pictures make the world of difference. If you want to sell your cards online, take good pictures. I think it really does help. All right, so Frank Robinson, can't go wrong with that. PSA 5, his third year card. About, you know, you can get a really nice one for 80, 90 bucks, and a lesser good one for about, 40 to 50 bucks. Can't go wrong with that. The last one. All right, this one, I bent the rules just a little bit, but I'm just blown away that you can get a PSA 5 for just a little bit over 100 or maybe a little under 100, depending on the day. And it's a Hall of Fame rookie card. That's what struck me. So I know I mentioned I was doing one card of each year, but this one I realized I was going through my list, and I did another Topps 57. And it's not Frank Robinson, it's not Whitey Herzog, it's not Brooks Robinson, but it's Bill Mazeroski. And, I know he's not a premier Hall of Famer, but it's a rookie card nevertheless. And for those rookie card collectors like I used to be, this is a desirable card to have if you want to spend less than $100. It's probably one of the lesser expensive rookie cards of Hall of Famers out there. But the average price, they say, is about $110.70, which to me is amazing for a rookie card of a Hall of Famer. And so I'll start with the $69 one here. And it's, off center, but not terrible for about 70 bucks. I'll do just one over 100. I mean, look at that. Just for a little bit over 100 bucks, if you can spare $8 extra, to get something like this, I do that all day. 108 bucks for this one, front and back. Beautiful. Makes you wonder, like, what made it a 5? Because you would think, oh, grade higher. And that's the beautiful thing, is that grading is subjective. I mean, we've heard other content creators talk about this and how you can get better looking 5s than 6s or 7s for lesser prices. Look at the 112. I know. I think the one for the other one I just showed you is better. This one's a little more off center, but still. And finally, last one, 8601. Yeah, this one's a little off center, but still, it's just super presentable. Not bad. I mean, for a little bit over 100, you can get a better quality of Mazeroski, of his card. If you want to go a little under 100 and it being off center doesn't bother you, then go for, this one's going for 107 roughly. So this one, it's about the same as that $80 one we just looked at. But yeah, you can kind of see what they range at. They jump around, but if you want to just spend a little bit more than 100, the Maz is the way to go. I think you could do pretty well with that. So yeah, it's fun to do these videos because it kind of gives you it kind of opens up your eyes a little bit to see how certain cards are not out of reach. If you don't want to break the bank and spend a lot of money, I mean, if you want to spend less than 100, I think it's possible to do with any one of these cards. In fact, it's possible if you want to go maybe a grade lower on some of these, you could probably do 2 for 100, depending on what on the card. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wish I had one of these cards to show you, but unfortunately they're in inventory and they've since moved. So even though they may not be the most popular cards amongst the hobby world, they are still collectible nevertheless. So thank you guys so much. I will definitely do another one later this week, maybe on Thursday. I'll do another one. Leave a comment below and let me know what decade or what sort of 5-card combination you would like to see. It could be the decades, it could be outfielders, for whatever. I'll start doing some legwork, and we'll go with most popular choice. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll see you soon. Take care.